What's up, guys? Welcome to a new update for Phant Capital. First, Happy New Year to you all. The last update was in December, so Happy New Year. I hope you spent a great time with your family, that it's the most important thing. And today we are gonna do a new update. Nothing much has happened in the last month. There has been a lot of consolidation in Bitcoin and in altcoins. We had some movements that scared a lot of investors, and we can see indicators such as the fear and greed index that we're gonna see now turning very down, which is good for us because we want retail to be out and scared. We want to be invested with when things are not going in an euphoria phase or in a thrill phase. We want to be invested when there's a little bit of blood in the streets, and that's what happened in the last month. Nothing much has happened. Bitcoin has been consolidating between 89 to 100K, and this is a period where many big investors and institutions take vacations. So we can see that this last drop to all the way to 90K of Bitcoin has been done with very low volume, which is a good indication that the people that are getting rid of their Bitcoins is not the big guys, but rather retail investors. We're gonna see that in some charts now. And my take is that we are in the middle of a bear trap after the first sell-off. So this is done to take, as I said, retail investors that are less than 20K investments, that have less than 20K in investments. And I'm just gonna talk a little bit from my thoughts here. The market, I think, is gonna do pretty well in Q1 and Q2 of 2025. I think Trump is gonna establish some crypto regulations that are gonna be very beneficial, and this is gonna start the second phase of the bull run. And I have some metrics that I want to share with you to see where we are and where we're going from my perspective. So let's get into it. Many people are talking about the alt season, the period where altcoins perform very good. Many people are saying it's over. I definitely think it's not. I think we're in the phase of a bear trap, and I'm gonna show you why. So the first thing we're gonna look at here, it's the altcoins market cap. Since last update, we've just been consolidating. This is the weekly time frame, so every candle it's a week. I'm gonna put it in the daily, and I'm gonna take this indicator out. So we are just forming a bullish structure. As you've seen, there's some days that we had major drops that have been filled pretty quickly. So these weeks signal us that there's strong buys between these areas. And one interesting thing to me is that in December, usually it's a month that big investors go on vacation and very little volume we've seen. It depends on the year, but it's usually like this, and we can see that in the drop we've seen that there's not much volume in this phase. We started with a lot of volume in this run-up, and I'm expecting the volume to come in again. We are just getting out of this structure, which I think is going to take us to the next phase of the bull run, that it's going to end probably in Q2 of 2025 from our thesis that has previously been studied before starting the fund. So as we can see here, we are forming what it's called a cap on handle pattern. So this is the cap here. This is the handle. and we are just right now retesting the handle. So this is a very common pattern in technical analysis, and we are seeing it in a daily time frame. And from our thesis, just similarly to the 2021 bull run, in a weekly time frame, we are pretty similar in terms of RSI and in terms of price action. So that's what I'm saying, that we are just in the beginning of phase 2 of the bull run, which I think is going to start with the Trump administration finally getting in. So for the altcoin market cap, everything is looking very good. I know we've seen drops, but it's just the crypto market that it's very volatile. In terms of the Bitcoin dominance, that we want it to go down as capital flows from Bitcoin to other coins. We've seen that this clear trend line upwards that we've seen since May 2023, it's starting to get broken. I'm gonna put it in a daily time frame. We've seen that we had a very big rejection here at 60% of dominance. That it's more or less the high that we had in 2021 for Bitcoin dominance at around 60%. And I'm expecting it to go down to around a Fibonacci level of 27%. That would take us around 52 to 50% market cap. So crypto moves really quick, right? So I'm expecting this drop to happen in not so many weeks, but this phase is going to be the most explosive part for altcoins, and I'm expecting it to come. I don't know why, because timing is very difficult, but I'm expecting it to come in either Q1, Q2 of 2025. I also want to share with you some charts. This is the Ethereum chart here. And right now, Ethereum moves the altcoins. So Ethereum is the biggest altcoin compared to Bitcoin, right? Is the second one. So Ethereum marks the move. Ethereum, Solana, they mark the move for movements of other cryptos. And here we can see a clear bullish pattern again, that it's the head and shoulders, bullish head and shoulders, that we can see here in the right. This is the technical pattern. And I think we are about to break it pretty soon again. And then I want to show you, one second, what I was saying in the beginning. I was saying that retail is scared, right? I was saying that many people are claiming that the alt season is over, but this chart tells us that retail investors, that is basically people that trade with volume between 0 and 10K, we can see that the demand from these people after these last drops, it's in the lowest levels possible. So this is another thing that confirms us that retail investors are scared, and all the times that we've come to these lowest levels have been the start of the most explosive parts to the upside. And this is a good indicator for us that we are not trading in a euphoria phase, or we are not buying in the phase that everything is going parabolic. We have to acknowledge this fear that people are having and take decisions that are based on this technical and fundamental analysis, and take the risk to obtain these major wins. Everything is easy when everything is going up, as we saw in the beginning of 2024 and November also, that we saw the first run up. Everything is easy at that times because everything is going up, right? But then when major drops come that are inevitable, because in every bull run there's drops of 20%, 15%, that's when you need to know what analysis you have. And that's the good thing about Phant Capital, that we had everything previously studied from the beginning, and we are not making decisions out of emotions, but rather out of a study and an analysis. So this is not us. We are not trading with retail. We are trading with the big guys, with the big investors, the big institutions. And we are in a good situation right now of having an allocation where we are prior to this euphoria phase that is gonna come. This is paper that I wrote recently, that I read recently about Bitcoin, and it's written by Bitwise Asset Management. It's one of the biggest U.S. asset management regarding digital assets, and it talks about how obviously MicroStrategy is pretty known that they have been buying tons and tons of Bitcoin in the last few months. Specifically, they have a average buying price in the last year of 95K, so they are buying at these prices. But is it talked enough about in the investment space? It is talked a lot, but this paper suggests that it might not be enough, because it's not only MicroStrategy that is doing this strategy. It's other companies. It's companies that are questioning about adding Bitcoin to their treasury and to their reserves. So if we think in terms of supply of Bitcoin, MicroStrategy has bought the full supply that Bitcoin has created this year. So all the Bitcoin has been mined, has been bought by MicroStrategy. And here it suggests that it might be bigger than you think. The number of companies buying Bitcoin is poised to explode. Meta is now in talks of adding Bitcoin to their treasury, and even if they don't, some company eventually will. I mean, MicroStrategy has started, another have started, but I mean, one of the big companies is going to start adding it, and this is just going to create a race, in my opinion, where other companies are going to do the same. And this is what we want to see. We want to see the big institutions buy Bitcoin, because this is what is going to bring the price up. And we all know that from a here in Phant Capital, that from a fundamental standpoint, it would be a very good choice for these companies to have a store of value that it's not inflationary. And yeah, this I suggest you reading this paper in LinkedIn in their page, and countries as well. If the US starts buying Bitcoin as they send this law of buying Bitcoin up to 1 million Bitcoins, other companies will also. Switzerland right now, it's collecting signs, and if they get to 100,000 signs, they will get Bitcoin into their legislation, doing it completely legal to use and to store, and to a legal tender, as it is in El Salvador. So in the macro, I'm telling you guys that everything looks very good. I will be very calm, and we are taking a risk, obviously, in this market, but in terms of risk reward, in my opinion, there's few things in the market that can be this high in terms of risk reward. So we went through Bitcoin dominance, it's going down. We went through the altcoins market cap, it's looking very good with very bullish signals. In terms of price action in lower time frames, we haven't seen much change since the last update, so I'm not gonna get into the lower time frames. And now regarding our holdings, we have some that have been done pretty well. We have some that are lagging a little bit, but these from here to here, from ton to perk, are the ones we are holding right now. One of our bigger wins, it's Masa. You can research into it. What they do, it's basically AGI. They do, well, AGI. They do AI agents. I want to get into this a little bit because I think it's the next trend that the blockchain is gonna have. So right now we had, in terms of AI, we had text to text, right? ChatGPT, you give it text, it gives you back text. We also have text to image, right? Midjourney, also ChatGPT, it can give you images. Text to video is starting to be very, very good. We've seen this in Instagram and in everything. But what's the next thing? What is the Google CEO talking about in some recent video that he shared talking in Stanford? The next thing is text to command. So basically, you're gonna be able, in terms of the words of the CEO of Google, you're gonna be able to give it commands to the AI, and it's gonna be working for you. So, for example, replicate the top 10 applications in the App Store, and make sure one at least goes viral in social media in the first week. You click, and the AI is gonna start working. Boom, it fails, but it tries again. You go asleep, and you can do whatever you want, but the AI is gonna work and work and work, and that's where the command starts. So it's programmable, right? It's gonna be able to program for you and take decisions on itself. So what happens to the economy? Because now it's a worker. It's an employee, right? So this is what it's called, the AI agents. The AI agents in a future are gonna need their own social security, and they're gonna win more money than many people do right now, and it's sad, but it's the truth. And these AIs, these agents, to move money, they needed to move it efficiently. They cannot move it in the normal system, as for example the banks or whatever. So Massa, for example, is a project that what they do is they create these AI agents to be able to, with the blockchain, to be able to make them perform in another levels. And for example, this other project, Sync, they also do AI and they also do agents. So I think it's going to be a thesis that is going to be pretty big this next phase of the development of crypto. Because crypto, it's what it is right now, right? I mean, we know what crypto is, but as the internet was some years ago, it doesn't stay what it is right now. It evolves, right? So blockchain finds new applications, blockchain improves, and in many things, not only in AI, we can see in IoT as well, storing data from machines, from robotics. So we have to think about this in a bigger picture. But yeah, AGI also, an AI agent company. It's been lagging a little bit, AGI. We are kind of in our buying price right now, but that's the thing. When it starts going up, like it did in January 2024, it does it from a parabolic standpoint. We have already our target prices settled in, so this is good. We don't want to get greedy when things are going up a lot, so we have our exit strategy as well done. And then projects like SHX or Velo as one of the best performing tokens in our portfolio. Both of these are they are relatable to XRP and to XLM. What they do is they help this financial infrastructure to be able to improve it. Velo is more focused in Asia, and SHX has an amazing team that they are working with companies like Stellar, like XLM, but they are obviously, as our portfolio is more focused on lower market caps, they have a lower market cap. But I completely think that SHX, for example, can be in the top 20 cryptos, so that will make incredible gains. Then from our big holdings, bigger coins like Ton and Mana. Ton, it's my favorite one. It's been lagging. It's not crazy as some others, but they have 900 million users. If you have 900 million users and you stay half of that, and people start trading or playing games inside the Telegram ecosystem, this makes it very huge. And yeah, there are some others like AMB or Perk that are smaller even market caps, and we are just waiting patiently for them to start adding more market cap. And this has been the update. If you have any questions, let's talk in the group chat, because this is not only a thing about me. You can ask whatever you want. I'm almost all day with this. I love doing this. I love analyzing, and I love researching about projects. I think we are very good positioned for this year, and don't let the fear get you. Just be calm. An investment doesn't make its way in 2 days, not even in crypto. And to be able to obtain the real gains, you have to be able to suffer the real fear and the drops. So right now, Bitcoin, as I'm talking, it's at 97, and in a shorter time frame, I really like the reaction we had when we dropped all the way to 90, just in the 14th, no, in the 13th of January, so literally 2 days ago. This week signals me that there's a lot of buying in these areas, and 87k is, so yeah, 87k is a level that it's very psychological for people that want to Bitcoin to go down to buy a little bit more. I don't think it's gonna reach that area, honestly, and maybe we have one last drop, but the people that are waiting for a bigger one to buy are gonna get left behind, in my opinion. So let's see how this goes, and I'll see you in the next update. Thank you for watching, and this is Phant Capital.